What's going on, man? How's
Hopefully
it going?
everything's good. I forgot what I was gonna say, but make sure y'all subscribe. Hit the subscribe button. That's what I was gonna say. Hit the subscribe button. We appreciate everybody out there. Let's get into it and hit that button. What's good, Barry Pocha? We're happy to see y'all. Episode 43. Jordan, let's start. Adam Silver says the WNBA needs to pay up. It's time for them to start paying up. I'm gonna play this clip by Silver, and I kind of want y'all to react. It's a little lengthy, 2 minutes. What's your? I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna just play it. I'm gonna play it.
Surge in ratings and attention. Was that a mistake? Should they have done their rights deal separately?
Well, first of all, we are all one integrated business. So, when you say they is us.
Right?
Yeah, we're all one organization. Sure. I guess the question is, should we collectively have gone out and had separate discussions around the WNBA? I would say, in essence,
right there. Should the WNBA have had separate discussions from the NBA, or is Silver going about it the right way? Obviously, they're one entity, but should they try to have their own established, or should they continue to do it like this?
I think they should have negotiated their own deal. I remember there was a statistic that came out earlier in the year where the Sunday WNBA game was getting like 1.6 million viewers on Sunday, whereas the NBA was getting like 2.1 million viewers. So it was getting like 75% of the viewership of the NBA. Well, I mean, you got Jaylen Brown making 50 plus million, and you got Asia Wilson making like 300,000. I mean, this guy is literally making like 200 times more than she's making, but they're only watching like 33% more, and he's making 200 times more. So yeah, they definitely should have negotiated their teal deal.
Make sure y'all double tap the screen. Great stat. That was a great stat, Jordan. Honestly,
yeah.
That was. Let's keep going with.
We did, and we're always testing the market.
And you can
to say the market may be in a different place than it was at the time we were negotiating. We'll see. There's still additional WNBA deals that we're going to do. So we'll see whether the marketplace suggests.
Oh, and before I continue playing it, if y'all can't hear me, let me know. Chat, how do y'all feel like the because this is the question that I want y'all to think about, and y'all can leave your answers in the chat. How do you feel like the WNBA should make money moving forward for their league? Obviously, we're speaking about the TV deals. What are some other things that you feel like the WNBA can do to make money?
There's different valuations than the one we did. I would say in the aggregate, with the deals we already did, plus the deals that the WNBA now is going to do, the remaining packages, you're looking at roughly a 6 times increase from the current rights fees. Could we have done even better than that? I'm not sure. Again, we'll see. There's also resets, as I think you're aware of, built into the existing deals, so that I think both sides knew going into these. Let's see whether, these negotiations began long before this season, so we hadn't experienced this season's ratings yet, but there had been upticks along the way with the WNBA, and I think there was an acknowledgement from both sides that to the extent that the market was better or different than we were predicting, both sides agreed they'd sit down in good faith and make adjustments. By the way, because the expansion issue is front and center in the WNBA as well. Yep. And then so you have to determine, even use WNBA, for example, where there's enormous interest in expansion franchises right now. How much talent is there to go around in the near term? I mean, there's a lot of girls and young women playing basketball, so there's no question it's going to grow over the years.
There was a recent story in the New York Post talking about your WNBA sort of evaluations where it seemed to say that there was a certain group of owners that were expressing frustration with you that the WNBA teams were not worth more than they are now, in part because of the way how much control is owned by the league. Was that story correct? Are you working with owners to try to address that issue?
Yeah, there was a lot of different points in that story, so it's hard to say correct or not correct. I would just say the answer is yes, we're working with WNBA owners that also own NBA teams, and then more broadly, the NBA owners on what the right valuation of WNBA teams are going forward, what the best way is to operate that league. It's very integrated now with the NBA. There's aspects over time under Commissioner Engelbert's direction where they're still fairly integrated. They share the same office space with the NBA, but under her direction, we've added some separate or departments, like, for example, where they're doing their own marketing right now. They have their own basketball operations
Why?
department. So it's a balance of things, but I'd say we're collectively looking at all those issues, figuring out the right way to operate going forward.
Yeah, going forward, do you think the NBA and the WNBA should have two different completely marketing groups?
I don't know about that. I mean,
At all. That sounds stupid, Adam. If
Yeah.
you're telling me that they share everything else, why would you have them market a league that's not working? Go get the NBA people in the. So you just heard them say the problem. The problem is they have too many different things, even though they share a lot of things like the money. That makes little to no sense. That makes go, Jordan. If you have some, I'm going to read Clear's comment.
I don't know. I mean, hey, just go ahead and read the comment.
Yeah, that's mind blowing. I think they should have all. This is Clear. This is an amazing suggestion. And chat, make sure y'all put in double tap the screen. We have 400 likes. Let's see if we can get to 100 people. 2, we're trying to figure out how can the WNBA make more money for their players. And then 3, let me read Clear's comment because this is really cool. I think that they should have had all the rookies in a commercial promoting the league. Yes. If you got Kaylin,
they didn't do that.
They didn't do that. The amount of commercials that we could have had this year between Kaylin and Angel, or between Rakia and just between, like Shisha said it, with the rookie class, that would have made your head spin. And like the Sheila Swish commercial was fine. It's a good commercial. It's a great commercial. Right. Let's add in more. Let's bring in more commercials. And I'm like,
right.
I remember seeing Stewie have the Rookie-O's commercial, which I was like, okay, it's cool, but let's add in more. Bring back athlete commercials, y'all. Like, first of all, but she definitely agrees with us on that. But if y'all have any other suggestions, put them in the chat. What's good, Slim?
It just leads to a really interesting, like, I mean, everything is going to come to a halt. There's going to be this huge, kind of battle of wills. Like, owners are publicly saying that they want, return on their investment. I mean, if you have an investment that you are losing $40 million at best every year, and then you have labor, the players, literally willing to, sit out the season or sit out games to renegotiate the CBA, and starting a alternative or secondary league, wanting more money. There's no money being made, and the workers want more money. Like, this is going to be this is a huge labor dispute, and it'll be interesting to see how it plays out, because where's the money?
Slim, let me get your comments on this. How do you think? And we're gonna bring up other people, so I'm gonna just get your comments on this. I'm gonna bring you back up. But how do you feel like the WNBA should be making more money in the I guess moving forward in the future? And what are your thoughts about the fact that obviously they share the revenue, but they don't share marketing or anything else?
How do the players get more money, or the league?
Both. Because so what Jordan was saying is that the players obviously want more money, but the owners are losing money, and they're upset about that. So now the question is, how can you give players more money if the league is losing money?
Well, you can't. You have to have a consistent product that makes money before you can actually share revenue with the players.
Exactly.
We're
exactly.
28th year of this league, and it's never made a penny in the positive. Like, that's the problem. I don't know how you do. Yeah. You have to ride your golden goose. I mean, there's only one. You have to make sure that person is in front of everything, because that's who's drawing the crowd right now. Like, I'll put it this way. I went to a game in Dallas this year, and it was against New York, who had 4 losses and 20 wins at the time. It was like 40% full. Even the best team in the league, nobody was coming to watch. That's if you don't have a product that people want to see in person, how do you make more money for them? Because here's the thing: what the owners know is that when CC shows up, they sell out the biggest arena in the area, and their vendors can stay open for 4+ quarters.
Right.
Everybody makes money.
So okay, all right, Slim. I'm gonna disconnect you. And I appreciate that.
Before you let me go, can I just say that?
Yeah, so like, get your bars off, and everybody else, make sure y'all chime in, because we got a few more requests.
You were talking about commercials, and it just dawned me. The reason I asked that, because I want to talk about, with my opinion, of the greatest sports star commercials ever made was McDonald's, when it was Michael Jordan and Larry Bird. They just went like those were the greatest sports commercials of all time, in my opinion.
And just again, so why not? Why I'll ask you this before we get some more people up on here too as well. Why don't you think that they're doing things like that? The WNBA
Before they never had to. They've never been required to make money to be solvent. They can just literally take the money from the NBA and be a league of their own. That's my opinion. I don't know if that's the truth, but that's what it feels like.
Okay. All right, Jordan, you have anything to say? Slim, I appreciate you. We're gonna bring you back up. Make sure y'all request in, tap the live. We appreciate it. We got 16. Blocking doesn't work on lives. I don't know what you mean by that, Dolly.
This is a great commercial. You know,
Appreciate
I'm sure NBA owners have wanted the league to make profit for years, but I mean, you know, if what he says is true, I mean, 40% capacity for the best team in the league for the, you know, future champions of the league is pretty bad. So, yeah.
Yeah. You know, I have no clue what the owners are gonna do. But I want to read some more of these comments. The media did more to divide the league than to bring them together. But the divide is the problem. Let me rephrase that. The fact that actually, Clea, what do you mean by that? What do you mean by you say the media? Let's stay here. If the media is speaking about the WNBA, that's a good thing. Just start there. That's a good thing in general because they're talking about the league. Now, the division that quote unquote got created, was that more so by the media or was it more so by people cheering for their individual players or their individual teams, right? I don't know if that division honestly lied on the media's shoulders more so than the media reporting what's happening amongst both of those players in the W rather. It's all about money. Yeah, kind of somewhat. The Spurs marketed him so well and his commercial is lit. The league tries to promote everyone. There is just favoritism. It's like that in any league. I mean, so if you're going to say when we speak about marketing, I don't think that we're saying that the league is doing an efficient job doing that because I'm reading y'all telling me about how the league only speaks about one player. It's so weird that Jordan, let me just say this for 2 minutes. The comments are saying that the league speaks about Caitlin, right? I can give you at least 6 different examples where I feel like they could have did more to market Caitlin, and we can start with the Rookie of the Year announcement. The fact that she got a phone call at practice, right? You know, versus having a press conference in front of everybody, or just trying out a commercial, right? So you're telling me she's being pushed, but I'm like, is it by the WNBA is doing the pushing for Caitlin, or is that kind of more so the media and fans kind of?
She's not being pushed enough. Like she's not. She could be pushed way more, you know.
But I'll say this: A'ja Wilson won a unanimous MVP, and I was thinking this too. I'm like, how do you announce this the next day after she just wins? She just played in the last game of the regular season, and then obviously she was sitting because she didn't want to play. The next day she was announced the MVP, and I was thinking to myself, I'm like, why did y'all do this like this? And I'm like, why is this not a bigger deal than what this is? Like, okay. You think about the Kevin Durant speech, right? Where he's crying about
his mom.
You think about LeBron James, right? You think about all of these players. First of all, they never announce MVP first. They never announce the MVP award first.
Never.
Why wouldn't you announce Most Improved, Rookie of the Year?
Right. You build towards it. Yeah.
There's an order that they always have every single year with most of these awards. And the fact that A'ja had to go sit there, I was like, I knew she knew she was gonna win, but I'm like, the season just ended a day ago and you won MVP, and I'm like, well, this is y'all gotta milk this and make this a bigger deal. So I don't understand that.
Well, and I mean, maybe on a building up scale, like maybe Unrivaled is seeing that's a mistake, so they're slowly teasing us with the eventual recruitment of Caitlin Clark. First we get Kate Martin, then we get Lexi Hall. Let's get the third best friend into Unrivaled. Maybe this is them learning their lesson.
Let's speak about Unrivaled then. So Lexi Hall was just announced as player number 29 out of 30. Lexi Hall. Jordan, what are your thoughts about Lexi competing in the league Unrivaled? Obviously, she's had 3-on-3 experience with the United States Olympic team in her past. What are your thoughts about her? And does this mean that Caitlin Clark will be in Miami playing Mermaids with Lexi? Are we going to be seeing Lex in Miami with Caitlin?
So first of all, like I love Lexi Hall. She's one of my all-time. I mean, she's one of my favorite players. Um, you know, I feel like she could hold her own in three on three because she's a pretty decent woman to woman defender. But yeah, I mean, you know, with Martin and with Hall, I mean, we're just missing one person, you know, and it's teasing us, right? Like I think given that there's only one spot left, and after getting Kate Martin and now Lexi Hall, it looks like everything points to Caitlin Clark joining Unrivaled.
Yes, I mean with the fact because I'm like you can just see a 3-on-3 team with her, Kate Martin, and Lexi, and then what that means for me is that I mean Indiana might be trying to get in Lexi Holland. I'm sorry, Kate Martin in their building too. Like I've been saying, they need a great 3-and-D player, and she'd be a great fit for that team. But yes, to answer some of the comments question, Lexi Hull was announced as player number 29. She will be playing in Unrivaled, so she will be in Miami with Kate Martin, like I mentioned, and with Dejanay Carrington, one of her former college teammates. Lexi will be in the building. And Jordan's point, or before he was saying, oh, you know, why would she play? Because there's nobody on her team that that'd be perfect continuity right there. Perfect continuity. She'd be able to pick up some defensive habits from one of her great friends in the W. Let me read some of these comments. CC will play if she's bored. That's how she is. Caitlin is a hooper. McFrizzle, she's gonna be like, you don't think she's gonna be bored not wanting to play basketball? Like that, she loves playing basketball. That is her thing. And I'm like, if she got all of her friends that's in Miami playing basketball, and she's in my like, y'all keep forgetting this Miami thing. Like, it's like again, she likes playing basketball. If she wants to play golf and enjoy her off season, that's her. But I don't know if she won't or will or won't. But we'll see. Clark is going to coach an Unrivaled. That'd be funny, Riverdance.
That'd be hilarious.
She's been coaching already because she's already said she's not. I don't have you heard those words? Has there been has she said the words "I'm not playing an Unrivaled"? I've never heard heard those words. Because
I haven't heard it, but those words exactly. But there's just speculation because there's what that release of the video of her working out, right? You know, while like during this break. So I think there's just an assumption that she's not playing, but I don't think there's been any official word that she's not.
Oh well, he said in the press conference. I'm like, I listened to all the, you know, I don't know. I'm in those pressers too, so I don't know if I heard that. But if I heard that, please let me get that sound, June. I want to hear it. But Clark better take all the Nike money and purchase some better refs in the WNBA. That'd be hilarious. And make sure y'all double tap the screen. We have 15. Let's see if we get to 50. That's awesome. Actually, let's see if we get to 100 today, y'all. It's either gonna be Caitlin, Asia, Jonquel as the last person selected for Unrivaled. I'm gonna tell you now, it's not Jonquel because she on her MVP, Finals MVP. I just want to chip. It ain't happening. Let's see. Asia Wilson is not playing. Actually, you might have a better pick with Akon. You might be right about Jonquel. I'll take that back. I ain't gonna say that. She didn't say Lynn Dunn or someone said she ain't playing 3-on-3 basketball. Why wouldn't she do it? I agree. I just took that back because I'm like, Stewie's playing an Unrivaled. She might be there for that simple reason. Sabrina's not playing an Unrivaled though, but Lainey Hamilton is.
It'll be interesting to see if Caitlin plays how they set up the teams because the team of Caitlin and Kate and Lexi, you know, that'd be a fun team to watch, you know.
Okay, so Caitlin, Lexi, Kate versus Fee. Who was the team that you told me before?
Yeah, like I was joking, like Lexi, CC, and Kate Martin versus Nafisa Collier, Arike Ogunbowale, and Kalia Copper. It's gonna be the Monstars against the Looney Tunes.
Yeah, I'm picking the other team for sure. I wouldn't even be twice. We got 20 on the. We appreciate y'all. Tap the screen. We got 1K likes. See if we can get to 20K. Let's see if we can get 50 people on this live. If not, I want 100. Let's get to 100. Why wouldn't she do it? I was about to say Ryan Rucco was told by Clark she won't be playing basketball in the offseason. Junedal, if you don't think that woman is playing basketball in the offseason, you are fooling yourself. She is playing basketball right now as we speak, if I'm not, mistaken. She's playing somewhere. So maybe she get in a gym running open runs with somebody, but she's playing basketball. She's not going to not play basketball for 6 months. That's not going to happen. I can tell you that right now. And she won't be a better player if she doesn't play basketball over the course of the offseason. Not competitively, I mean, okay, I got you. I'm ready for that CC, Caitlin Clark versus Dejanay rematch. They are fun. watching against each other. So I'm gonna ask you that right there, Akon. Why aren't they promoting that more? That's what I'm saying. Like little things like that. Why aren't they promoting a Caitlyn versus Angel, a Caitlyn versus a Dejanay, and then you kind of go from there. Dejanay versus a Marina, Enrique versus a, like they need to do a lot more. Obviously, for their players.
Dejanay versus Marina, teammate versus teammate.
Well, they used to be bitter rivals, but now they're
Right.
kind of now they're a lot more civil. And I talked to DJ about that, so but they're a lot more civil right now. Speaking, I get that. Let's go into this. So speaking of civility, Megan Rapinoe and Sue Bird, they were speaking today or recently, and these are their comments. I want to kind of read what they said. They said, let me read this. They're speaking in regards to how modern women's sports have changed for athletes. And this is kind of what she said. She said that the opportunity crop for females has changed a little bit. Let me just read her quote. We went through this in our generation. Rapinoe told CBS Sports, the older players kind of have to go before the new ones can really step in. Riverdance, you hear that? I'm going to read that one more time. We went through this in our generation. The older players kind of have to go before new ones can really step in, particularly our generation. It was so big and loud and dynamic in so many different ways. We are so public for a lot of different reasons. The winning, the equal pay. We really ushered in a new era for ourselves. And now they are doing the exact same thing. And it is so cool. It was so cool to completely see them step into themselves. What are your thoughts about Rapinoe's comments in this situation? I actually like that. She's very, very introspective. What do you think about that, Jordan?
I mean, that's kind of how it always has to go, right? Like, the generation that is existing always sets the precedent for the next one. The one that was there before us. Oh, I mean, you can go all the way from, Muhammad Ali, Jim Brown. Like, if you want to go like that far back, like, and I'm not talking about just economic stuff, but like Jackie Robinson, like literally like everything. That's just the way it kind of goes. And, whatever endeavors they did, like it definitely set the stage for today. I don't know how successful they were in obtaining, I know they talked a lot about equal pay and stuff like that, but I don't think they were able to accomplish any of that. And they still can't really accomplish that today. But it's just an interesting take from a couple of vets. What do you think?
I think it's awesome. I think it's awesome that she was able to say it didn't sound like reality was coming. So I think it was awesome that she said what she said, and it didn't seem like she was hating. It just seemed like
right.
She understands the moment, and she understands what the bar is moving to.
Right. So it didn't seem like hate at all. It seemed very like introspective, and just kind of like this is the reality of the situation, and let's see where they go with it.
Absolutely. I want to read some of these comments too. TX said, not playing basketball for 6 months is crazy. You can't promote Caitlyn if it ain't confirmed. Stephanie White going to teach CC the eye poking technique. All right. We're going to talk about Stephanie White in a few minutes, actually. Angel does not post her workouts, but she is working. Cool. I believe you. Right now, they need to use Angel as core of her promotion. Akon, come up here and tell us why you believe that. And I agree with you too, though. But come up on here and tell us why. Right now in the W, it's the old guard versus the youngins. Youngins are bringing in fans and money. Riverdance. Agreed. The bigger the sport gets, more job opportunities outside of basketball become available. Sue Bird has always been in support. And the old gen did have some accomplishments like improving their contract and getting housing. That's facts.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, we had 22.4K likes. Y'all come chime in. Akon, you up? Talk to us. What's your thoughts on everything?
What's up, Jabari?
You're silly, Brayden. What's good?
Oh man, people just be weird, bro. So now I'm on here, but no, it's all cool. But no, they should definitely use Angel. I mean, it's been proven that Angel was second in jersey sales, and you know what's crazy? She probably would have had more too if they restocked her jersey. I was talking to an old head, and I was trying to help him find a jersey. He's like, nah, dude, there's no extra larges in Angel Reese jerseys, just some bum ass alternative jerseys, and he didn't like them. But no, it's proven like Angel Reese, she had a 1 million viewed game by herself without Caitlin Clark.
So how do you feel like the WNBA should make more money?
I mean, I'm sorry, but you do need to promote young talent. You do. And like Paige Beckers is going to bring her fan base. When Juju comes, she's going to bring her fan base. like I gotta admit that WNBA sucks at marketing, but as long as Kathy's there, I don't think that's gonna change. But with Unrivaled has probably I think in terms of like non-basketball, Angel Reese is the most marketable person out there.
Probably,
and if you use Angel Reese as that, and hey, put her on, like, give her Unrivaled shirts just to wear around public, it's gonna happen. People literally do come to watch Angel Reese. They do.
It's very true. It's big facts. Absolutely big facts. Okay. Braden, I'm gonna bring you up on request again. Hey, look at Ariel. I appreciate that. I'm gonna bring you up on. I want to ask you about Stephanie White. We got somebody else. Caps, talk to us. What are your thoughts about this? Lost LA in the building. You can hear me, Caps? I don't know. Hello. Okay, there you go.
I have a bad connection, guys. Let me come back.
Okay, we're gonna put you back on. Okay. All right, let's talk, I guess, now about, since we are speaking about connections, Jordan, we're gonna move. I'm gonna talk about Stephanie White. So Stephanie White right now, she has a very interesting choice. Will she be a member? Right now it's being reported that the Chicago Sky actually one of the front runners to land her in the building.
Yeah.
And what Jordan and I are going to do is we are going to debate on who we feel like she should work for. Meaning, should she work in a Sky organization, or would she want to work for the Fever? Jordan, who do you want to pick?
Fever. I mean, okay. I think it's easier.
Make your case for Stephanie White to the Indiana Fever.
So she's no stranger to that organization. First of all, she led them to the finals in, what was it, like 14 or 15? I think it was 15.
15.
You know, I mean, who wouldn't want to coach Caitlin Clark? I mean, that's the most popular team in the WNBA. It's the most popular player of all time in the WNBA. You've got a lot of good young pieces. You know, I mean, it kind of explains itself, you know. Yeah, there's a lot more, there's probably more pressure and expectations that come with taking that coaching position instead of taking the Chicago position, because they made the playoffs last year, 6th seed, and, you know, performed relatively above expectations, I thought. And I mean, I think it's just an excellent opportunity. Like, you got Boston so far, you've got Mitchell, Clark, you know, I mean, you've got Hall, like, you've got some solid pieces and young pieces too. I mean, for a coach like Stephanie White, she's always kind of taken, she's always worked with kind of like made teams, right? And this team is a solid team right now that she could probably take to the next level and maybe compete, if not next year, the year after that, for a championship.
Let me ask you. So I'm gonna play a few of these clips. Actually, this was Stephanie White speaking about Caitlin Clark back in college. So this is what she had to say about Caitlin back in college.
Well, look, the way that you make it hard on her, and she's seen it all year long, is physicality. It's closing up the gap. You cannot give her any space because she's going to make you pay. And Pam, look, all season long, it's like, who do we compare her to, right? Because we've never seen a women's basketball player like Caitlin Clark.
Very fair assessment. We've never seen a women's basketball player like Caitlin Clark. This is something else. So I got
last piece was Caitlin Clark commented on Stephanie White recently and said she had a great basketball mind. Yes, it's this great basketball mind.
That's what I was getting ready to play right here. I got you.
First person that you greeted from the Connecticut team was actually head coach Stephanie White. Well, you know, what was that like to just be able to catch up with her in your pro debut?
Yeah, she's obviously called a lot of my games all throughout college, and I just think she has a really great basketball mind. I think she's done a great job calling college games. It's been great to see her on NBA games. I think what she's done is just, she's obviously, you know, she's been a trailblazer, honestly. Like, I think she's always been somebody that's been supportive of my game, and it's been fun to talk to her at shoot-arounds throughout my college career, and always been really supportive. And yeah, so I think the biggest thing is just, it's fun to go against her now for my first time after her calling a lot of my games. Now I get to play against her, so I think that's going to be a lot of fun for the both of us.
And if you're,
but I noticed that
if you're just joining in, Jordan and I are debating. Jordan's taking, I think we both agree it's Indiana, but I'm going to take the whatchamacallit, the Chicago Skies route.
Wait, so the last thing is that somebody commented on this video, and they said, have you ever heard Caitlin Clark say Christy Sides had a great basketball mind?
Good point.
Go ahead.
That's a good point. So so this is what Stephanie White also had to say about Caitlin during her first 2 games. But like I was saying on the chat, let us know in the comments. So let me make my point first before y'all just start spamming me with Jordan. Jordan won the debate. Let me make my point first. No, it's true, because once I make my point, I think I'm gonna win, honestly. But
yeah, okay.
I do. I honestly do. What I was gonna say is we're debating between Stephanie White, should she take the Chicago Sky job or should she take the Indianapolis Fever job? And I'm going to play this. Obviously, you made some other fair points, and I'll add to your points. Kelly Kroskoff was the first person that hired Stephanie White as a head coach. So that's she already has familiarity with her. So that just added a point. This is what she also had to say about Caitlin during the season as well. Let me play this.
Guys, chill out. Like, she's going to be fine.
You could just stop right there. Shout out to Stephanie White for that, but I'm going to keep playing it.
Like, it's 2 games in. Are you kidding me? She's a student of the game. She got better every year. You're not going to just absorb all of the new information that's coming at you in 2 games, in 2 weeks. It takes time. And she will. I have no doubt about it. She's a student of the game. She continues to get better. And these are also points that coaches then address. Hey, let's continue to work on this. But it's really hard to work on some of those things in season. So this might be an off-season thing, right? Let's continue to play to our strengths. Let's find different ways to get the ball to our players. And then when we get time in the off-season, then we'll work on that next step or that next level. All
right. So with that being said, because I got some, okay. So now I'm going to
making my case for me.
A little bit, but I'm going to make the case now for Chicago. So if you're Stephanie White, the reason why you would want to go play for would you want to coach for the Chicago Sky organization? So let me ask you this, Jordan. Who did you say has a potential to win a championship easier, Caitlin or Angel? No. It's okay that you're laughing because I know the answer to your question. So I'm going to repeat it for the chat. I know the answer to his question, chat. So I'm going to repeat it to Jordan. Jordan, who did you say has a easier path to winning a championship? Can you say that for the audience, please? Start it off. What's the name? What's the name?
I said it was. I said it was Angel Reese.
Okay, so with that being said, with just that's my first point. So it's an easier path to build a team around a big, right? Okay, in WNBA history, there have only been 3 guards. No, he's laughing because I proved my point. There have only been 3 guards who have won. 2 guards that have won WNBA MVP. 1, obviously Cynthia Cooper. 2, Diana Taurasi. If you want to count some other players,
this is literally my case, but okay. These are all the points. All right, go ahead.
Fine. So if you want to say, okay, cool, but so all of those points, it goes back to this, Jordan. So if you've had more bigs in the WNBA that have won an MVP trophy, right? And you already have a player who already controls. So Stephanie White is known for what as a coach? Her defense, right? Especially, she's known for her defense, right? If she goes to the Indiana Fever, will the Indiana Fever be a better defensive team? Maybe, marginally so. But how much better would the Chicago Sky be when you have not only Angel Reese, but you have a generational, if you want to I call her Baby Joker, but I'm not going to use generational, but if y'all, whatever word I feel like she's a budding superstar or star, at least an all-star in Camila Cardoso. So you already have an established front line with 2 players that will be dominant in the WNBA. And if a lot of the chat, y'all love Camila. And if y'all love Camila the way y'all saying she really will develop, then you already have a front line that will be formidable for the next 5 to 7 years, as long as you keep the 2 of them together and as long as they develop. So that's 2 points, right? The third point, Kelsey Mitchell is somebody she has already coached in her career. Now, if she's able to bring Kelsey Mitchell to the Chicago Sky, you have Kelsey, you have Angel, you have Kennedy Carter. Jordan, can I interest you in a Kennedy Carter, Kelsey Mitchell backcourt? How do you like the sound of that?
That's a lot of ifs, Jimbar.
How do you like the sound? How do you like? What do you mean if? All she has to do is bring Kelsey. How do you like the sound of that?
That sounds all right.
It does sound all right. I believe you because Kennedy shoots 47% from the field goal, right? And she's one of the guards that can consistently kill you in the mid-range. Kelsey can obviously kill you with the three-pointer. And not only are you going to weaken Indiana if she brings in, right, there goes those ifs. If she brings in Mitchell to the Sky, but she also will have 2 guards that are dynamic. You also have 2 bigs that are dynamic. And all she would need to do is imprint her defense with that team. Can you imagine how great that team would be if they were to get Mitchell, or even if they don't? If they just get Stephanie White with the two of them, I'm talking about Reese and Camilla. This is what she also had to say about Angel Reese moving forward. Chat, y'all let us know who, and that was my case. That was my case for the Chicago Sky. Chat, y'all let us know who y'all feel made a more compelling argument in that situation. And I feel like I could have went a little harder, but I'm not going to go as hard as I feel
Jabari,
like I need.
it sounds like the only way for you to beat me in these arguments is to use my own arguments against me.
That time, yes.
Yeah.
But
you guys had Angel scoreless for the whole first half. I mean, just how did you feel like your forwards kind of navigated the matchup with their front court too in the first and then kind of in the second?
I didn't even know we held her scoreless in the first half. I mean, her activity level was just so good. You know, she even if she's not scoring the basketball, she's making plays. You know, she's getting opportunities for her teammates. She's getting offensive rebounds. You know, she's an elite rebounder. That's a skill set that she came into this league with. You know, her offensive game is continuing to grow. I think she's showing more versatility that she has, showing the versatility that she has. But her activity level is elite. It makes her really tough to defend. So, you know, for us, it's always about just trying to make teams shoot the toughest possible shots that we can. But we also have to finish plays with defensive boards.
So I'm gonna leave it right there. Chat, y'all let us know. Everybody's you know, the Indiana fans are saying White's not going. You don't know what Stephanie White is doing. You don't know what that woman is doing until it's on the paper. You don't. It's just that simple. What are you gonna say, Jordan?
If the Sky, I mean not the Sky, if the Chicago Sky have trouble, I mean, would you argue that they were a better defensive team than an offensive team this year?
They were a better defensive team than offensive team, yes.
In general. So you think would you agree that probably bringing in Stephanie White, they'll probably still have offensive troubles next year?
Not if they bring in more offensive pieces. That's why I brought up Mitchell.
I don't know, Jabari. Last I checked, like, you need to score more points than your opponent to win a basketball game. So,
True.
You know, I don't know, man.
I didn't say she wasn't getting fired. I said it didn't make no sense for her to get fired at that point unless you're bringing in somebody good, better. The Sky argument makes sense. Let me see. I doubt White wants to rebuild. Whoever gets White is in a great spot. I feel you, Riverdance. Her rebounding went up, offense went down. It needs to be the other way around next season. Going to the Fever would be an easier job. Of course, it'd be an easier job. I feel like they have a better team.
It would be an easier job for sure.
And she's already familiar. I feel like we both agree she should go to Indiana, but
she should go to Indiana.
I did want to make that case for Chicago because I can see how, like what Ravert said and agreed, it makes sense on a lot of fronts, right? You already said it. If it's an easier path to win and build a team around a power forward / a big, why wouldn't you go get one of the best bigs, the young bigs? And you got two of the best young bigs.
Two of the best bigs, yeah.
That's my point.
I mean, you got Aaliyah Boston in Indiana.
You understand that?
Well, I mean, you have Aaliyah Boston in Indiana. She's a big.
Do you feel like Aaliyah Boston? Do you feel like Aaliyah Boston will be better than Angel?
She is right now. She is right now.
She will be better than Angel. Yes or no?
She is right now. That's all that matters.
His answer is no. His answer is no, y'all. But it's arguable. But yeah, she's a little bit better than Angel right now because she can finish around the rim a lot better. So right. I'm not gonna. I won't say that too much. Boston is better right now. Yeah, just a little bit. I just don't want Latricia Trammell on the Fever. We will have the same defensive problem. Fever is one big rebounder away from making it to the finals. What do you think about that?
The Fever is one big rebound. Oh no, they're a little bit more than that. They need a defensive stopper. You know, they need like a rim protector because if everybody's gonna get beat off the dribble, somebody's gonna have to clean all that stuff up. So they could honestly, dude, if they had someone like Ezzy on their team, someone like that, that'd be great. Yeah,
Ezzy would be a good pick on this Indiana team.
Something like that. Yeah, someone that could run the floor too.
Jordan, I guess let's talk about our top. We're gonna move on to our next segment. I think this is our last segment for tonight, though. But this is the ranking the top 25 women basketball players of the 21st century. So this list was put out by ESPN. And Chad, I'm gonna put this out there for y'all. I'm telling y'all they need to draft Janiah Barker. All right. So number one, Cynthia Cooper's not on this list, but number one, the greatest basketball player of all time, according to ESPN, is Diana Taurasi. Number one, Diana Taurasi. Number two, Tamika Catchings. Number three, Maya Moore. Number four, Candace Parker. We could just stay there. Do y'all agree with that Mount Rushmore? Jordan, do you agree with that right there? And
No,
what does Rushmore look like?
no. My my Mount Rushmore. What? First of all, there's no Cynthia Cooper, which is just
Ridiculous.
flagrantly wrong. I mean, dude, 4 championships, 4 years, 4 first team all WNBAs. I mean, just she to me is the greatest player of all time that played in the WNBA, and I always say that because by all accounts the greatest player ever is Cheryl Miller, but she never played in the WNBA. But
True.
I mean I of the players that played in the WNBA, I've got Cynthia Cooper at number one. My Mount Rushmore is Cynthia Cooper. I've got Asia Wilson. I think she's already done enough. Her career is like half over. And she's already done enough to be on my Mount Rushmore. I've got Maya Moore, and after these finals, I've got Brianna Stewart.
Facts. So would you rank Stewie over Asia right now or no?
I don't. No, I wouldn't, because a big part of this whole like greatest of all time thing is you need a baseline of accomplishments to make it even around this list. And then when I watched you, did I feel like you were really like unstoppable and your team was going to win no matter what is thrown your way, no matter what coverage is, no matter who you go up against, you were going to win. And I feel like Asia Wilson is just a more dominant player all time. I've got her ahead of Stewie.
But Stewie has more of everything.
Stewie's also older.
Stewie literally has more of everything.
Yeah, Stewie's also a little bit older, so you know.
Okay, well, I mean,
yeah, like you should have more than every. You should have more of everything when you've been playing a little longer.
Years? But they're still gonna be. She's 2 years older.
2 years for a great player is like 2 potential MVPs, 2 potential championships, 2 potential first team all WNBAs, 2 potential depoys. 2 years is a lot for great players.
Yeah, but you're missing what I'm saying. So okay, let's use this then. Is Kevin Durant better than LeBron?
No.
Okay, and the reason why I mean, obviously we know outside of the skill, but I mean the accolades not even a question. Like, because he's done more, even if he is just a few years older. Like Asia still has to do what Brianna's done. Like Brianna's already set in the standard, so she has to reach the standard that you see what I'm saying that Stewie has created.
What has Brianna? What okay? So what has Brianna done that Asia hasn't done or is really far from accomplishing? The one championship.
Honestly, it's the one championship and the 2, obviously, but Asia has the 2 depoys over her too.
Asia's got 2 depoys. Yeah, so I think that's why I think Asia's better. If you exclude this year, they were literally tied like for championships. You know.
Yeah. Chat, y'all let me know what y'all think. I want to know. It's not her fault that she is older. Facts. That's huge facts. Stewie has accomplished more, and that's also true. I mean, yeah. And Stewie has been on stacked teams too, but she's always been the difference maker on those stacked teams. If I had to pick a top 4, Maya Moore would be my number 1. Taurasi was at my number 4 spot or like 5 spot. I don't have her as one. I would probably pick Cynthia Cooper over her, honestly. But
yeah.
It would be Maya Moore, Asia Wilson, Brianna Stewart, and I know that's recency bias, but I feel like they're up there. I feel like the 2 of them are up there, and I feel like Asia's a better player than Candace was. So I'm gonna put Asia.
She was.
Yeah, yes. I'm gonna put Asia over Candace. So,
and I love Candace Parker too, man. She's
absolutely
one of my absolute favorite players ever.
I'm putting Asia over Candace. I'm putting Stewie probably over. I'm probably gonna put Stewie over. Damn, you putting Stewie over Swoops?
Yeah.
Yeah, I probably would too. I probably would.
Well, wait, where do you put Cynthia Cooper?
I don't even want to talk. Oh, she'd probably make this list now. I mean, because she's just awesome. You know what I'm saying? But would you rank Diana over Cynthia Cooper?
No.
So who can surpass Cooper to you then, Jordan? Can any guard surpass Cooper besides Caitlin? Obviously.
I think Asia Wilson could surpass Cooper because just like she needs a little bit more accomplishments, I think. But just like eye test, like you just watch it and you're like, dude, she's literally going against 2 or 3 people, getting the rebound, putting it up, creating her own offense. She's got this like money 18-foot, jump shot. she's an excellent rebounder, defender. She's just everything, you know. She's literally like everything for this team, especially this year. I I think I think in my mind's eye, I feel like Asia Wilson is probably the most dominant player, like more dominant than Cooper was, but Cooper did achieve more. I mean, 4 championships in 4 years, and she caught me at the right time in my life, right? Like I was like 7, 8 years old watching Cynthia Cooper rack up 4 championships with Van Chancellor. Like,
Hey,
I mean,
let me read this. What TX said. No, what Cooper was doing was crazy. Plus, the league was less competitive, less teams to play against, less talent, less games to play. So would Diana replicate what Cynthia did back then? And Jundal said Asia's like Joel Embiid, which I don't really understand that part.
Asia's like Joel Embiid.
I didn't get that. I didn't get that comparison.
I don't know, but I mean, I think I don't know. I can't put. I mean, Taurasi was in my Mount Rushmore for a long time. She just like fell out of it recently. You know, I mean, I've actually got Taurasi probably at 5. Like,
So
she,
would you have
she just
Taurasi
got
over
knocked
Leslie?
out.
Yeah,
Huh?
me too. That's what I'm saying. I probably so it'd be more. I had Swoops at like my 4 or 5, but I'd probably go.
I've got Swoops at 6 now.
If I have to take Cooper out, it'd be Maya, Asia, Stewie, and then probably Candace Parker, and then following that would be Swoops, Lisa. Actually, I'll do this. It'd probably be Swoops. Damn, but then where are we putting Catch? Swoops.
I know.
Yeah, I would. So we just.
I
I'm gonna start
love Sneaker Catching.
I'm starting on my 4. I'm gonna stay on my 4 because I'm like, yeah. I'm gonna just leave it at my 4 for now. We're gonna.
And also, what about like Lauren Jackson? You know,
Lauren Jackson's up there. Lauren Jackson's amazing. Like she wasn't good. She was a great player. She's the reason why Sue Bird got some rings too. Lauren Jackson's an amazing player. Amazing player on the Seattle Storm. Very amazing player. Players can outplay their legacy. Look at Andrew Jones in baseball. It's a great point. Look, whereas Lisa Leslie, I'd probably put her like top 10, but I don't know.
Players can outplay their legacy. Look at Andrew Jones.
Appreciate the follow, Jason. What are you gonna say? Some Sue Bird only. Sue Bird has multiple rings. She won one with Stewie and she won one with Lauren Jackson.
Didn't she? Yeah. So she's got she's got a couple.
Sue Bird has 4 rings actually. So let's get that right. She's won 3 with Lauren Jackson and 1 with Stewie. He didn't know that. Yeah, Sue Bird been hooping.
Yeah, she played forever. Also, she had a lot of longevity records too. So she's
very much.
Yeah.
Sue Bird is awesome. Sue Bird is like an awesome point guard. So just to say the least, Jordan, I guess we're gonna cut it short today, y'all. You got closing thoughts?
When are they releasing the 30th player for Unrivaled?
Tomorrow. It's gonna be Clark.
I think it's gonna be Clark.
When are they gonna tell you that Caitlin's playing in Unrivaled tomorrow and break the news? They're gonna break the news.
If she's playing in Unrivaled, I mean, that means that's good for the Players Association, right?
Yeah, but let me ask you this. So it goes back to the marketing thing, right? Why? Okay, it's cool that Unrivaled is making these social media posts. They have $100 million contract with TNT. Why aren't they putting out commercials?
Yeah.
Why aren't y'all putting out commercials?
Are there commercials?
No, I have not seen it.
I haven't seen one either. Yeah.
Why not? Why not? You know, you don't lose anything, especially if you're working with a partner. Put some commercials on Unrivaled up. What? I'm like, that's the way they should be announcing these players. They should announce it on TNT during the NBA games. Hey, right. Lexi Hall and this player are all in Unrivaled. Caitlin Clark is playing in Unrivaled. Whoever, you know what I'm saying? Angel Reese playing. They should have been announced during, like, differently. They could have announced it on social, and especially if you're working with TNT, do it like that. I didn't understand that part.
Yeah, I mean, I don't understand why it's not being released on these NBA on TNT games.
Yes.
Wasn't Unrivaled already kind of in the works? Like, didn't TNT already agree to participate way back when?
Partners, yes.
Yeah, like, I mean, I just don't understand why.
Tomorrow there should be a commercial about Caitlin Clark during a TNT broadcast telling you that she's going to make Unrivaled. You know what I'm saying? And then it gets spread.
Right. She should be on the dais with Shaq and Charles Barkley, like announcing. Yeah, talking about how she's going to be on Unrivaled.
Yes, but this is what the commissioner. I hope y'all taking notes, and I'm not talking about Fee. I'm talking about Kathy. Like, they need to put these players on NBA on TNT and pay them $200 million, whatever they need, and start getting them in the faces of more people like immediately. TNT ain't gonna lose money during NBA games. They're not gonna lose money like that. If you make CC an Angel commercial, it'll go viral. It'll go dumb viral.
Dumb viral, yeah.
Unrivaled is one and done. We'll see. I mean, we'll know. We'll never
We'll
know.
see, J-Cell. I mean, I'm kind of with them on that. You know, I think this is more a CBA leverage thing more than anything, even if it goes off and is successful. If it's successful, that's actually good, because that's actually even more leverage for them in negotiations.
Facts.
With CC, of course.
It's facts. 200 million is crazy. I was just talking ish. That's funny though. Everybody, we're gonna be back live at, well, I say live at 5:30, but we'll be back around 6:30 tomorrow. Y'all sub to the YouTube page. Check us out on Twitter. Same thing. My closing thoughts: Steph White. It's gonna be a good championship season, whichever team she picked. She got. If you pick it from, that's like picking between two great things, right? So
right. All right, man.
Chat. We out. Go Yankees. I'm gonna let y'all get back to it. Bronny about to play tonight too.
Oh,
Deuces, y'all.
Take care.